for this regular meeting Tuesday, November 18th. It's good to see everyone here this morning. We'll go ahead and get started. Commissioner Croom, can you lead us in prayer and pledge today, please?
Yes, sir. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for life, Lord. We thank you for putting us in a position to help serve and lead this great county that we live in. And God, we ask you to touch families that are hurting and that need healing, and ask for speedy recovery. Lord, we also ask for safe travels for the people that are traveling today. In the mighty name of Jesus that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Mr. Barone, is there anything that needs to be amended to the agenda that's been published?
No, nothing that has been forwarded to me, sir. My report was a little late yesterday, but I think in time. Just one action item anyway. So
Okay.
I think we're doing all right, sir.
All right. So I entertain a motion to approve the agenda as it's been published.
So moved.
All right, so we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Sanders. That has been seconded by Commissioner Amison. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. Up next, we're paying the county's bills.
So move.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ward,
Second.
second by Commissioner Croom. Any discussion, Commissioners? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. All right, Mr. John Creamer? You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Come on down.
Yes, good morning, good to see y'all.
Good morning.
Chairman, Commissioners, thank y'all for having us. I had talked to Michael the other day and wanted to give you an update. You know, last month we had, or earlier this month, we had the commission meeting in Bell. And pull this closer, is that better?
Thank you.
Okay. And, you know, the final rule was passed on opening the bay January 1st. In preparation for that, we are on the ground here in Apalachicola helping people get their endorsement for that fishery. We're located over at the FDAX facility, Shellfish Center off Dr. Frederick Humphreys Way. We have staff there till the 25th of this month from 9 to 4 to help people in person to apply for the application of the permit license. And they'll be back in December on December 1st and 2nd, the 9th and 10th, and the 15th and 16th. People interested in applying for the fishery can also do it online. If they have any questions, they can contact Morgan Eason at 850-487-0554, or they can also email marine@myfwc.com. In preparation for that, again, the individual would have to be a Florida resident. They would have to obtain the shellfish endorsement. They'd also have to have an individual or crew SPL, and they'd have to have prior landings in Apalachicola Bay from 2012 to 2020. We're also asking to make sure applicants have a valid email. Once those permits go out, they'll be available in person at the Carabel LE office, where they can pick them up the week of Christmas. That's kind of a nutshell what we're trying to do to help folks get prepared for the fishery and make sure they get their license. Again, we want to make sure there's enough information out there, enough people to contact, but just wanted to share that with the commission this morning, see if there was any questions or concerns y'all might have.
John, where's that Carabel LE office located?
Forgive me, before you get to the bridge, you make a right.
Timber Island?
Yes.
Timber Island
Timber
Road
Island,
and then
yes.
Graham.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, Graham Drive.
And thanks, Chairman, because I was going to ask. I know where it was, but some of our public don't.
right.
Right.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, thank you.
And again, if anybody has any questions about where to pick up the license, or if there's a challenge for them to do so,
Yeah.
they can contact Morgan Easton at 850, the number I just provided a minute ago,
Yeah.
487-0554.
So John, it's the saltwater products license, not the saltwater fishing license,
Correct. It's all
right?
private license.
Because I know a lot of
Different.
people downtown was saying, "Oh, I got to get me a." I'm exempted. I said, "Not from a product license, you're not."
Right.
Correct.
So, okay, thank you.
Yep. Anyone have any questions?
But just a comment, really,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman. Let me turn that on so they can hear me too. But it's only going to be for the people that qualify as permit. It's only going to be the people that has fish from 12 to 20.
Yes.
commercially and have landings between that time period, nothing has changed as far as licensing requirement for this. I mean, you still got, like you said, you got to have an SPL, and you are not exempt from a commercial saltwater products license. You got to have those landings. You got to have your AB valve endorsement. It's basically the same license that they've had for what, 40 years?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So there's nothing. I mean, that's not create a mountain out of a molehill about it. It's a pretty simple process. But I do have a question though, and this for some reason has just flew under my radar until just a second ago, because I'm having some technical difficulty. But how have y'all got the app for the Hell In, Hell Out?
They are working on that right now.
Well, that y'all foresee that to be in play? Okay.
We're working with the IT department right now to develop that. So again, I know Erica's on the line. Erica, do you have any update on the app for the Hell In, Hell Out?
Thank you for having me, commissioners. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. John, thank you for being there in person when I could not. The application is still in development. We will put together a training video to help people understand how to use it. We will also be able to show people when they come and pick up their AB harvest tags how to use the app as well.
Well, you just answered my other question, is when y'all were going to be able to do that. So I appreciate it. Thank y'all. And for some reason, I know we've had multiple discussions on a lot of things. For some reason, it just never, it just flew under the radar. So I figured I'd ask now. I have both of y'all, but thank you.
Let me ask you another thing, John.
Mm-hmm.
So, the outreach that you all are using, you feel confident that most people will be able to get that and come in and apply for it?
Yeah, they've had good turnout. I'm not sure how many permit applications they processed over there, but the other day when I was there were several people there. Again, there is a shellfish video that you need to watch ahead of time. You can do online, or you can go to the Shellfish Center and watch it there between 10 and 3. But I think it's been overall a positive response. I know there's been several folks over. I don't know if Erica wants to comment on the number of folks, but there's been quite a few folks.
Let me ask her. Hey, Erica, this is Miss Cheryl. Let me ask you, I hope you're doing good this morning.
I am, Commissioner. Thank you. Hope the same for you.
I'm doing fine too. We made it, didn't we, from down south? But one question I need to know, is there any way that y'all can give us the number, you know, like maybe once a week or something, give us a number of applicants that's applied so we'll know? And I'm going, for one, I'm going to beat the bushes to make sure somebody applies, you know, if I know.
Certainly. We had, as of yesterday, 85 people apply.
Ooh.
And we're encouraging everyone who thinks they may be qualified to go ahead and apply.
Never hurts.
And we can get that to Michael each week. As
Yeah,
we get some more
that
data.
gives me chills. We've already got 85 signed up so far.
Good.
That's surprising to me.
This is good.
It's not to me. Everybody's been saying they want it. To me, I'm glad it's not.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And, but anyway, but thank you, John, for coming down here. I hope you tested negative.
Yes, ma'am.
You were lucky. But anyway.
That was for COVID, that's what she saw.
It's all good. We weren't going to ask your, I perceived it was healthcare, so I wasn't
Yes.
going to ask anything. But if you want to divulge that, that's fine, sir.
Yeah.
Miss Erin, were we able to put in the paper what we discussed to help advertise this?
We did. We
Okay.
actually ran 2 display ads that's going to come out this week and next week.
Okay.
And can we put it on our website, or did you already? Okay.
Did I? If not,
You
I'll
may
do it
have.
today.
I don't know if you did or
Yeah.
not, but if not,
And Mr. Chairman, this is something I want to bring before the board. It may be, people may think it's crazy, but I think this is a good thing happening. And I'd like to have a celebration, you know, of it. I don't know how we could do
a
it.
ribbon cutting at one of the boat
A ribbon
ramps.
cutting or something at the boat ramp. I already spoke to John about it, and I asked him to speak to the chairman about it, and I just think we need to do something. We just need to do something, because January 1 is going to be a momentous occasion in this county, because you do not, on the norm, you do not usually get something open back up that's closed. So hopefully will keep on producing oysters, and they may have to grow them again. But I just feel like we need to do some kind of a celebration to recognize that. That's
Mr.
just my
John,
thought.
Talking about the app and the different ways they're going to do this than we've done it before, where are going to be the approved locations to actually leave and come back to?
There are several locations in the county. I mean, I forget the number of landings they have, but I can get those to Michael, and as well as we'll put them on our social media.
Yeah, so maybe once we take that, we can help formulate what we might do.
I know we had started with just a couple of landings, but after discussions internally, we expanded that to several landings around the bay. So again, there's ample opportunities to take out in those locations, but I'll get those to Michael as well.
Okay.
Yeah, my thoughts is since it's gonna be Cat Point, the Cat Point area,
Yeah.
maybe that main boat ramp right there in East Point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just something, I'm just tickled to death over it.
yeah.
But,
One more thing, if I may. Did you see the video of our guests running around the Gibson Inn last night?
Oh, yes, I received a call from the sheriff. While we were in progress, we had 2 officers responding, and this morning we have bear management and law enforcement looking. More than likely, that's a juvenile male that's been kicked out of a family group. He's trying to find his way back to the woods, so we're developing a plan to address the issue.
He was running all around the Gibson Inn. It was cute. It was funny. Well, for me it was, but I was at home, so yeah.
To be fair, I got some calls from some of the people that were walking in the historic district. I told them, I said, call the city. But no, we definitely getting some bears.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
All right. Thank you all
Thank
very
you.
much.
We appreciate it. Yes, sir.
bye, Erica. Bye, John.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
One thing, us commissioners, we need to voice it publicly. The more, we need to encourage as many people that can qualify for this permit to go out and sign up for it. Now, that will diminish the amount of money each participant will make, but this first year sets the number going forward.
Yep.
So if we've got 85, and let's just say that's what it is, then that's gonna be 85 now, for the unseeable future until we can go back to the commission and convince them to open it up further. So
Yes.
we need to continue, I know the partnership is, we need to, the county, any of y'all on your socials, stuff like that, we need to really promote and get the word out that we need as many people that can qualify for this to set that benchmark for us now, because that's what it's gonna be going forward. So.
Okay. That would be good. Mr. Roll, there weren't any speaker cards. We didn't have any.
No, sir, I checked, none electronically and none handed in today.
All right, so then we can go on to Miss Jennifer Daniels. Thought I saw her. There she is. I was going to say, I thought I saw her a minute ago.
Good morning, Commissioners. How are y'all doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Doing really good. I'm just coming before you this morning because we are applying for a grant through the Gary Sinise Foundation, and I'm asking for a letter of support for the grant from the board. The grant is going to cover getting some, and I always say this wrong, I always call it EVOC, the emergency vehicle training, the cones to do that. Right now, we have instructors through our volunteer fire departments to do that, but every time they hold the training, they're having to rent the cones from a vendor, and it's costing them like $500 every time. So what our goal is if we can get this grant to cover that, then we will store the cones here at the EOC in a trailer for them, and they'll be able to come over and get them whenever they're needed and use them where they need to use them. The other thing we're attempting to do with the same grant is our EMS service. They have a trailer that they are trying to outfit as a like a mobile first aid station, a mobile, even a little bit more than first aid station. And we're applying through the Gary Sinise Foundation to try and get them the funding to outfit this trailer the way they need it outfitted to use on a regular basis. so we've got letters of support from the volunteer fire departments and also from our EMS director. And I'm asking for a letter of support from the board to try and get this funding to help them out.
Okay. Now, is it just one letter, Jennifer, or is it two separate letters?
No, sir, it's just one letter. We're doing the grant to cover all of these different emergency response things that we need in one grant.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make that motion.
All right,
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Amison. It's been seconded by Commissioner Croom. Any discussion, commissioners, or questions before we vote? All right, seeing none. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That is unanimous. Anything else, Ms. Jennifer?
No, sir, that's it for me for today. Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you, and thank you for what you do.
You too, sir.
Mr. Chair, I got one thing for Director Daniels.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How is the Starlink rollout going with your fire
It's
department?
going really well. We've got the Starlinks rolled out to several of our fire departments now. We are in the process of working out delivery and pickup and setup options with a few of the others. But yes, sir, it's going really well. Everything's in. Everything's programmed. We have a couple of our departments that are coming to pick them up. We had some generators here also at the EOC that we are putting out on loan to a couple of the different fire departments that don't have generators on site, so that they do have that backup also to make sure that the Starlinks will be up and running and operational as needed.
Okay. And lastly, are y'all planning to do functionality tests with the departments or?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will make sure everything is up and running and functional. And part of the MOUs that we signed with them, we'll make sure that they test them on a yearly basis, absolutely on a yearly basis during a specific time frame right before storm season to make sure we're up and running and operational right before storm season starts. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.
Anyone else? Jennifer, thank you, and thank y'all for everything you do.
Yes, sir. Our pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Mr. John Solomon?
Morning, Commissioners. I have one thing on the action items. On November 12th, the TDC Board voted to recommend approval of a request from the City of Apalachicola History, Culture, and Arts Building for $23,000, $23,463.20 from the Museum Infrastructure Grant, and this is for construction of ADA compliant restrooms inside the museum.
So move.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ward. It's been seconded by Commissioner Sanders. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Anything else, sir?
Now, that's all I have on my action
All right.
items, sir.
John, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Sorry, I'm being challenged by my mail server here. Mr. Steve Kirschenbaum?
Hello, Commissioners. It's been an eventful couple of weeks for me. I have a printed copy of my airport manager's report before I get to the air show. There was one action item that should have been submitted from the AOED. Is it okay if it's about a legislative member appropriation?
This isn't your report?
No, it was in the printed version that got sent across.
I didn't
Here,
get that.
take a peek at this and see if you're okay with this. I'd like
We've already
to
submitted our legislative.
get an okay. Actually, we have an okay. It's more informational. At the couple meetings ago, we had discussed that if the AOED board, in conjunction with the proper departments and the airport engineer, could put together a grant proposal, and it's reviewed by the fiscal manager, can we submit it? And we have there's 4 days out right now. George Wilkerson created a legislative member appropriation.
Yeah, we
and-
already submitted on behalf of the county through our consultant.
Well, no, the bigger thing is, I think that the deadline for the legislature's
It's on
passed.
here. I have one.
It's the 21st is the
It's
deadline.
in the attachments.
Okay.
And I submitted that a week ago.
Actually, seeing it's, I thought it was that, but I'm wrong, Commissioners. In the attachments, Commissioner Ward has found the actual report.
So it'll be subject to review by Aaron.
Is it something that we didn't get? I mean,
Don't know.
I've seen this. Is it something different?
I can't find what you're.
It's in the, on the
Attachments.
And so the last item in there is the actual,
This,
yeah.
And George has feverishly spent hours over the last 2 weeks completing this. It's ready for submission. Bill Williams is reviewing it as well, and we just wanted to get it to you to look at and see if you're okay with it.
Well, sometimes there is actually an internal deadline. So November 18th was actually the internal deadline as far as for, I believe, Schoaf and Simon's office. So sometimes there's an internal deadline for them to actually get it on the sheet, so.
yeah.
Bill Williams said the 21st it could get in by, and we're just hoping that
But
with
the
your
problem
review-
is Bill's not Simon or Schoaf.
It's
Bill Williams is not a representative of the state of Florida.
Oh, no,
Or,
no.
or a senator.
No,
What
but he
she's
was-
trying to say is they've communicated with us because they're serving, like Representative Schoaf has got 13 counties and they have 125 projects they're trying to submit.
Right.
They shortened up the deadline for everybody else because of that, is what she's saying, just to be clear.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying he's a position of authority. He just was helping us out, put it together.
So what you're saying is, Aaron, is that we've missed a deadline on this?
I feel like we have, we can try to see if they will
Can I
accept
ask?
something.
Doesn't hurt to ask, but.
Yeah. But that will be, pretty tight.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen it as far as, submitting
sorry
to
about
them
that.
today, and nor has Tracy, so that's,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know it was submitted over a week ago, and he's been working on it. I thought he was in touch with Aaron, but he's been working hard on it, and it looks real good. And I think it's worth the submission just to see if there could be any action on it, because it's for this T-Hanger complex, and we could definitely use the help to get it going, to bring in some revenue to the airport.
So what's the actual ask though? I mean,
The ask is going to be 2.5 million is what they're asking.
that's not on the paper I'm looking at.
And it would be to fund the portion of the T-Hanger and box hanger complex, which we already have 2.3 million sitting in escrow with the FDOT.
And Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry.
Yes,
May
okay.
I ask a question? This is the request that George has been working on, correct?
Yes.
And- Mr. Chairman, I mean, if we missed a deadline, but let me rephrase that. I would, given the fact that George has exhausted some energy into this quite a bit, and he's been dealing also with a knee replacement, so that might have had some of the issues. I'm not blaming that or anything. I just know he's had some obstacles to overcome. I would like to make a motion that we at least just give it a shot. I mean, if we missed a deadline, we get told no.
Okay,
It's not gonna hurt to ask at this point.
good with that. So we do have a motion.
I
to
second
approve.
that.
can you please send me that information, Steve?
What's that?
Can you please send me that information?
Oh, yeah, he'll get it over to you right away.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Amison, we have a second by Commissioner Crew. Any more discussion before we vote?
Mr. Chairman, I have just a point of clarity. I guess this was technically on our agenda, but do we have to call public comment since?
That would be consistent with what we've
Yes.
done before.
Okay.
Yes. So at this time, I would call for public comment before we have any more discussion and our possible vote. Is there anyone in the room that would like to comment on this publicly? Can you check those attending via Zoom, sir?
Anyone attended on Zoom would like to comment on this particular item? before the board takes action? No hands raised, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Any more discussion before we vote? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous.
All right, and a quick informational item, just a quick thing that was on that report. We saved the county $275,000. Number one, Erin, you could kill the insurance on the fuel farm. I met with Department of Health representatives. Our auctioneer auctioned off the fuel tank facility for $400, and the person who took it away saved us $150,000 by taking it away for us, consistent with DOH requirements. So there's just one form that the chair of the commission has to sign, and it's closed out, done.
Okay, so once that form is signed, if you could get me a copy of that?
That form I'm going to get later today. I'll get it over to you.
Okay.
The other thing is, we had an issue with one of our tractors about a month ago that I didn't discuss with you. And it was supposed to be a $15,000 repair to fix a brake line because the cab had to come off the old tractor. I was a car mechanic in my other life, and I sent Scott back to the dealer, and I went and said, tell them to reroute the brake line. So instead of having to buy a new tractor and incur $15,000, we were going to scrap the tractor over that. They rerouted it for about $1,600, and the tractor's up and running. So just want to let you know, your airport manager's saving your money. I spend a lot of money too, but I saved you money on those two things. The air show, give you a quick summary. Huge success. Financially, we covered the almost $100,000 that it took to make this event happen. These two gentlemen over here, Phil Shelley and Cliff Butler, without them, this event could never have happened. They were incredible assets. Phil's a local from Apalachicola, but he came from across the pond, and he's a great guy. And Cliff worked feverishly on getting things done financially. We're going to be a little bit profitable, but on a first-year event with all the hiccups we had. But I'd like to thank the committee. I have to thank some people. I have to thank the commissioners. I have to thank the two of them, George Wilkerson, who was incredible, the members of the Air Show Committee, especially Jim and Jessica Ward, and Gordon Hunter and Tony Middleton with the car show. I'm getting feedback that it's one of the best car shows that people have ever attended. I think we had 80 or 90 cars in that car show.
Well, 83 were registered, but I feel like people came in parts and then didn't register because they wanted that good parking spot. So, yeah.
Thank you, Jess. That was incredible what you took on. Franklin County Sheriff's Office, Brad Segre and me worked for 2 months on this, along with Phil Shelley, with traffic plans, with access points, with security. And there was only one incident at the event, and it was a minor incident with 2 bickering women that got taken away.
I missed that.
But nobody got hurt. Department heads, Parks and Rec, Fonda, incredible what he did for us. Buster with the road department, again, incredible what he did for us. Franklin County EMS, again, incredible their involvement. Franklin County First Responders, Fire from Appalach, from East Point, from SGI, and unbelievable, the security plan, the incident plan, the disaster plan. I mean, everybody was on track for, God forbid, a fatality at the event, and we had nothing. The FAA, our air boss, our announcer, our sound system, most of all the pilots and performers at the event. But it was an incredible event, one of the proudest moments of my life, getting that thing done and showing Franklin County what a real air show is. But we sat down and talked about it after the event, and what we decided, and I hope it works with the county, is the effort right now needs to be in grants, growing our airport, and economic development. And we think that this should be a biannual event. So I could take all the energy I just put into this and put it into bringing jobs and economic development to the county. But it was a pleasure doing the show for you. Commissioner Jones couldn't make it. Can I give you a copy of the credentials for the event?
Thank you.
It was an absolute pleasure doing it with these gentlemen. You guys have anything you'd like to say?
Tell Phil, come on up here.
What? Oh, Phil.
Phil, come on, you're not getting out of this, come on up.
In addition to Phil and myself, there was a committee that those two put together, not me, that really did a lot of hard work pulling that plan together. I've been involved in a lot of nonprofit stuff for the last 45, 50 years in Franklin County. This was the most detailed plan I've ever seen put together in my life. And it worked well. There's things we learned that we can do better next go-round. Anything you hear, pass it on to me, pass it on to one of them. We're working on notes right now of what we can do better next go-round and make it even better.
Thank you, Mr. Cliff.
Come on upstairs, Phil.
I don't have a lot to add, really, except for the second year we did it, it went really well. We can definitely improve. We have a lot of team leaders now that need to be, we need to take their feedback. There's quite a lot of feedback we had on little things we can improve, so we'll do that. But overall, that was pretty incredible. Those acts, the flying acts, if you saw them, were world-class flying acts. They were on the big circuit. We're on the big circuit. And if you look, I was talking to a lot of other pilots. If you look around the Florida coast, you've got to go all the way to Pensacola, all the way to Tampa to find an airport with 3 big runways like this. This is the only airport for about 600-700 miles of coastline. Yes. With this size of airport, with this many runways, it's underutilized. And now this is growing some awareness with people that it really is. Now, we do need a longer runway to get larger commercial stuff to start to come in, but we already get charter business, of course, but a longer runway and more infrastructure, more hangars, you'll see a lot of return, I think, on that. So now it's this has definitely grown the awareness last weekend for sure.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Thanks.
Mr. Chairman, I will say that we did have a car registered that came all the way from Ocala.
Wow.
So it's definitely, the word's getting out.
That's
So,
pretty good, pretty good.
yeah.
Let me add one more thing.
Yes.
My daughter brought some friends of ours from Jacksonville, and they attend the Jax Naval Air Show every year. They were impressed with this show.
And I'll tell you one last thing that is really phenomenal. Phil is a perfectionist, and he was the sandpaper on my nest, and the two of us put it together. But he said, those pilots are going to come at the last note of the national anthem. And I said, Phil, I've done this a million times before. Let them come in the middle. We don't want a gap. He said, it's going to happen. He had me time the color guard. We timed the national anthem. He had the F-35 pilots put their mission targeting system on Apalachicola, and the last note came, and you had to fly by.
You probably don't know how hard it was to get the military. With the shutdown, they were forbidden to even talk to us up to the event, so we had to have little side conversations. Wing Commander at Eglin was super helpful, and the Coast Guard finally came too, but the Coast Guard couldn't land because they have no new tires for their aircraft. They're only allowed 1 landing a day, and because they have no money on their purchasing cards because they're shut down. So, but they still came. But Eglin was last minute, and I will say they probably wouldn't have happened because on Saturday morning, it was still probably not happening. But luckily, I talked to Asia, he talked to Senator Scott. Senator Scott must have talked to somebody at the Pentagon because I got a call from the wing commander at Eglin 30 minutes later. He said, we're coming. So it was right down to the last minute, but military this year was difficult. Next time we can have a lot more military.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, Steve, I've in my former job, I've written and reviewed probably hundreds of operational plans from our Pensacola field office to our Jacksonville, and that was a very detailed operation plan that I reviewed of yours. That's why I asked for it. I'm big on safety and traffic logistics. It worked. It was good. I know some things that you, when I talked to you, you was kind of flustered on some things, but that's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
You was able to adjust. And your volunteers, man, there was a bunch of volunteers out there. They were phenomenal. Everything was great when it comes to logistics.
In a helicopter? Did you go up?
I did not go up. Next time. Yeah. But I wanted to tell you that.
The commander of Eglin is a frequenter of Apalachicola. He rides motorcycles, nice guy. We've had several conversations. And he sent us a picture after the air show, thanking us for the opportunity, with an Oyster City beer in his hand, overlooking the bay by Eglin. That was pretty neat.
Mr. Chairman, I will say, and again, it was a great show, but Mr. Cliff, you were talking about ways to improve. I do know that there were a lot of issues with people's internet. So like a couple of vendors there, that they were taking money via Venmo or Cash App, and people were having trouble. And people didn't have cash. I know there was an ATM there, but just, I don't know. And I know a lot of there's scramblers there because it is an airport. So I don't know if there's something maybe we could do next year to improve upon the internet access.
Starlink. We could do a booster and move it over that way. Yeah. And that was a big problem.
Yeah, get a Starlink. Just make sure you bring back precision. Is that what it's called? I'm riding a Lambo. I'm saving my coins. I am driving a Lamborghini next year. So please bring them back. That was a very cool thing too.
Who was that again?
Is it Precision?
Oh, Exotics.
Yeah.
So
Exotic.
were you there?
Oh yeah, I was
I
there.
didn't see you in that whole crowd.
Yeah, I came.
I
saw Cliff. Yeah.
Yeah, that was some air show. And what we had there, we had world-class acts come to the county. That's why it cost us so much money. But you know what? What a damn show. I loved it, and just next time we do it, we're gonna have a lot of sponsor money behind us because we can demonstrate what we've done, and it'll be a very profitable event for the education foundation.
150 miles per hour, you better believe, Commissioner.
Yes, you can.
Mr. Steve,
I want to talk to Monica about that.
what's the head count? Did y'all get a count of how many people showed up?
We're thinking close, what the numbers I'm getting from a lot of people are around 4,000. And that was a lot of people out there.
It
but
was.
To overestimate would be a mistake. So I'd say around 4,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot more people out there this year than what it was last.
Oh, it had to be double.
Yeah.
It was great. And the vendors, we had almost 50 vendors there at this event.
Yeah, I know. Minus some money because of the vendors.
Mr. Chair, one last thing. Steve, have y'all did y'all post briefing or after action yet?
Yes, we're gonna do something probably next Friday, and we're gonna sit down and the key volunteers, we're gonna take them out to dinner, and we're gonna have a little post debriefing on the event. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of fixing up, but for first time around on something that big, it came off incredible.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I just wanted to thank y'all. A couple years ago, Mr. Shelley invited me. He's British, so we had to go have a pint. And he had this idea about doing an air show that the Pilot Association wanted to promote the airport, this and that and everything. Knowing Steve's background with air shows up north, so I got the person I want to put you in touch with, and I knew that was going to be sandpaper and fine wood, but and it would take a little bit, but and I'm not taking credit for that at all. I just knew, both of y'all's personalities and everything, and I said, well, if we can survive the personality thing, we're gonna have something that's dynamite, and I'm gonna tell y'all both, for the second year, y'all have done a wonderful job. And I can't express how much I appreciate what y'all have done out there.
He's a lot smoother now.
Yeah, you have smooth. You have planed him right on out.
I'm still working on that.
But I would
PowerPoint, Excel, I mean everything. Now he's looking at me with papers. He's like, Steve, that was 1989. You go, so.
Well, I actually told Michael Marone months and months ago, because now everything Steve sends us is a PowerPoint. I said we can thank Phil for that, because he's done showed him how to.
Oh, so that's who we.
That's the culprit. That's why I wanted to call him up here so we can all get on to him together. But no, honestly, and it's just tremendous. Next year I do plan to participate. I didn't this year for obvious reasons, but anyway, I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart, Mr. Cliff. I'm glad you got on board with this as well. And I went out there the day after and picked up a seafood truck that y'all was using ice with, because I couldn't track down my kids. They were at a wedding the night before, and I think their heads might have been hurting. But and they were out there the next day working just as hard, trying to clean up and get everything squared away. And I'm gonna tell you, it's just it amazes me what y'all have done here, and it's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Commissioner Emerson? They even had Mr. Eggemeyer out there with an orange shirt.
I actually passed. Now, I'm going to tell you, the whole community enjoyed it. The ones that went out, and the volunteers were just amazing. I mean, y'all done
He was
well. I
organized.
can't say it enough. I've had people, you know, obviously with it being in the district, I have not had one person complain. Even my dad went to the field, because, you know, he's not going in there. And he watched some of the air show from the cheap seats. But it was phenomenal.
You know what Mason Beam said to me yesterday? He said, Steve, you didn't get the attendance you should have because everybody expected last year. He goes, the people who saw this year are gonna tell their friends. And he said, next time this happens, expect 10,000 people. And we gotta be prepared for that next time around.
Well, and one last thing, just a little bit of comedic input. My son did ask me, he said, Daddy, was that pilot really drunk? And I said, no, it was an act. He said, I thought so. I said, well, it was just an act, but it was wonderful. Thank y'all so much.
He's good. He's good. All right, well.
Thank y'all.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Take care.
All right.
And Commissioner Amison, you did participate in an air show, but it was earlier that week.
Well,
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna tell y'all, when I went in there, the first 10 I went to was Air Methods.
I did too.
And I went and spoke with the flight nurse that was here.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, you know, I went up to her, I said, do you remember? She said, yes, Commissioner. She said, how are you doing? I said, I'm doing fine. She said, how are you doing? And I was like, oh, you heard about that? She said, we all heard about it. And
So much for HIPAA.
but I told them, I said, I maybe shouldn't say that. But anyway, all kidding aside, I thanked them for what they did for me, obviously. And I told her, I said, the thing about it is, if we had entertained a discussion about y'all possibly coming to the area and engaging the area more, I said, there's nothing like testing the product out. So I will say that I did fall on that sword and kind of filled them out. So the community's in good hands if we do decide in the future to go that direction. But anyway,
Goodness.
Mr. Chairman, I believe Mr. Kirchenbaum has one more thing he
Oh,
forgot.
forgot one thing, and it was a big faux pas. Jen from Emergency Management, I forgot to thank her, and she brought the Emergency Operations Center there. I just want to say thank you to Jen.
Yep.
So, take
Thank
care,
you.
guys. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Aaron, we're opening some bids.
All right, Commissioners. The first bid that we're opening today is for the Restore Dune Construction and Vegetation Project at two county beach park locations.
A couple of things, so you don't have any, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to write this by hand. Unfortunately, we don't have any sheets today, it's just, technical, okay? So,
It's all right. We can handle it.
yeah.
Ain't a biggie.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Site 1, the Carabel Beach Park project includes the placement of approximately 1,800 cubic yards of beach-compatible sand along 800 feet of park shorefront, the installation of approximately 14,500 native dune plants on the constructed dune, installation of roughly 620 feet of Moby mat at 8 beach accesses, and the installation of 1,240 feet of post and rope barricade. Site 2 is the St. George Island Lighthouse Park project, will include the placement of approximately 1,250 cubic yards of beach-compatible sand along 450 feet of park shorefront, the installation of approximately 10,500 native dune plants on the constructed dune, installation of 82 coastal trees and shrubs, and installation of approximately 1,620 feet of post and rope barricade. A mandatory advertised pre-bid meeting was held for this project with 14 contractors in attendance. Those contractors include Westwind Contracting, Earth Balance, Powerhouse ICF, Dickerson Infrastructure, C.W. Roberts Contracting, Duggar Excavating, Blue Terra, H.G. Harders, JWTC, Green Upine, North Florida Construction, Monolith, T&H, and Davidson Construction. Responses will not be accepted from contractors who did not attend the mandatory pre-bid meeting.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
you only have one.
Oh, okay, well.
Now, are these for both?
It is.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yep, they were bid as one project with two separate sites. The attached response is from T&H Contracting LLC from East Point, Florida. The bid bond is included, and let's see here. Okay, total base bid, $423,088. $423,088. That concludes that opening. From 14 to 1, that was a big change. Yep, in board action to release the bids to the project's engineers, MRD and Associates, also known as Coastal Protection Engineering, for their review and recommendation.
Second.
So we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Sanders that has been seconded by Commissioner Ward to turn this over to the review committee. Any questions or discussion before we vote?
I do have a question, Mr. Chairman, if you don't
Yes.
mind.
Nope.
So this whole bid stuff, do we have to have 3 bids? I mean, we only had one.
This one is actually funded by the U.S. Treasury. And with that being said, one bid should be acceptable because it is the Restore program. Now, certain projects which are federally funded, such as our FEMA projects, do require 3, but with Restore, we have run into that before, so I believe that will be acceptable to them.
Okay, thanks.
All right, any additional discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. Go ahead, Ms. Aaron.
Okay, Commissioners, the second bid opening is for the SIGP Patton Drive construction project. And this is for the widening and resurfacing of approximately 0.74 miles of Patton Drive from Island Drive, SR 300, to US Highway 98. Other work includes all necessary drainage improvements, upgraded signage, pavement markings, and safety improvements. And with this one, there was one issue, whereas a bid came in early this morning from Pygott Asphalt, and unfortunately, they had received the earlier edition of the bid specification documents when they requested the bids, and we did have to change the due date for the bids. That was changed actually on October 31st, when we knew that you all had changed the meeting date to 1 day earlier. So I would recommend continuing to accept their bid, just because they had not received the correct set of specs.
I think that'll be fine.
Yeah.
That would be fine. Did you say they bid on an outdated set of plans? Did I hear that?
Well,
No.
the original plan set, when we did the bid specifications, actually had specified the due date as being,
The only thing that changed was the due date.
correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah,
yep.
that's fine.
They didn't get that addendum.
Yeah.
That's fine. We have accepted late filed bids under similar circumstances in the past, so I'd recommend accepting the bid.
Thank you. Let's do that. And I think it was caused because we changed our meeting date to a Tuesday because of other stuff. Right. She'd already ran the original ad.
And actually, that was the case also with the countywide dune restoration
Right.
project. Although with that one, it was a little too close timing-wise,
Yes.
and so we had delayed that by the 2 weeks
Right.
to give them additional time. But
Right.
still only got one bid, so.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Aaron.
Okay, this next one is from, let's see, Gulf Coast Utility Contractors.
Let's accept that by motion and vote of the board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's do that by
right.
motion and vote of the board.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Emerson, second from Commissioner Ward, to accept the recommendation to receive this bid, even though it come in
From
yesterday.
Pike.
Yes.
Right. And then to include it in this bid opening. Any discussion before we vote? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. All right, go ahead, Ms. Aaron.
First group, I'm sorry? What's the name of the?
Oh, the first group is Gulf Coast Utility Contractors, and they are located in Southport, Florida. Again, Gulf Coast Utility Contractors located in Southport, Florida. Their bid bond is included, and their total base bid is $797,771.50. $797,771.50. This next one is Pygott Asphalt and Site Work LLC from Crawfordville, Florida. Pygott Asphalt and Site Work LLC from Crawfordville, Florida. Total base bid, $589,450.68. $589,450.68. And their bid bond is included. This next one is from American Sand and Asphalt Paving, located in Lynn Haven, Florida. American Sand and Asphalt Paving, located in Lynn Haven, Florida. Total base bid, $729,778.17. $729,778.17. Bid bond is included. This next one is this one is, I believe, CI, yes.
What is it?
For-
That one is, wrong bid committee.
Yeah, that one was for the next group.
That's me.
Yeah.
I hope.
This next one is from Roberts Incorporated from Tallahassee, Florida. Roberts Incorporated from Tallahassee, Florida. Total base bid, $574,201.18. $574,201.18. Bid bond is included. Okay. Okay, the board action will be to release the bids to the project's engineers Dewberry and Associates for the review and recommendation.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ward, second from Commissioner Amison for these four, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Right.
Two.
There's a lot of packages over, I'll make sure we're not missing nothing. It's all good.
I'm sorry?
As there are a lot of packages, I'll just make sure we're not
Yes,
missing anything.
right.
Yeah.
Do you need us to read the names again just to verify?
No,
Good. Good?
you're good, you're good. Any additional discussion before we vote? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. Go ahead, Ms. Aaron.
All right, Commissioners. Also opening today are the responses to the request for proposals for the construction, engineering, and inspection services to be performed concurrently with the construction activities bid above for Patton Drive. Okay. This first one is North Florida Professional Services Incorporated, located in Tallahassee. North Florida Professional Services Incorporated from Tallahassee.
So, explain, so we're just reading the names of these, there's no bid bond or anything, because they're just doing the
Right.
inspection of the project.
Correct. And these bids, these responses will actually be released to the review committee, which will be comprised of Planner Bree Robinson, Grants Coordinator Assistant Kimberly Raffield, and County Coordinator Michael Marone for their ranking and recommendation.
Okay.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. It's all
That's
good.
what happens when we talk.
Yeah, that's what you get for getting a week off. Maybe you do some more work.
That's too funny.
Next respondent is Southeastern Consulting Engineers Incorporated, located in Port St. Joe, Florida. Southeastern Consulting Engineers Incorporated from Port St. Joe.
I wasn't allowed to play with scissors when I was younger, so, yeah. These are all copies.
Oh, okay. This next one is from Innovia Consulting Group, and they are located in East Point, Florida. Innovia Consulting Group in East Point, Florida. And the last one, or actually, no, well, we got one more. Okay. Oh, wow, okay. Okay. AECOM Technical Services Incorporated from Tallahassee, Florida. AECOM Technical Services from Tallahassee, Florida. I know we had a lot more engineers than,
Then we do.
yeah.
Projects. Nobody wanted to do the damn Zoom.
Okay, Commissioners, this next one is from GAI Consultants Incorporated, located in Jacksonville, Florida. GAI Consultants Incorporated from Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, this one is the Kent Smith Group, located in Chipley, Florida. Again, Kent Smith Group in Chipley, Florida. And that actually was the last one. Okay, and board action to release the bids to the review committee as specified.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Anderson. That motion's been seconded by Commissioner Ward. Any discussion, Commissioners? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That is unanimous. All right, but Ms. Aaron, before we start your report, let's take a 5-minute recess.
Okay.
Franklin County Board of County Commissioners now back in session. Ms. Erin Griffith, we're going to your report.
All right, Commissioners, I actually have 8 action items for today. And the only one I believe that was not, the narrative was not completed when you all received a copy of my report was action item number 7 about the landfill compactor emergency replacement. So I can actually go ahead and, come back and, read that narrative for you all. The action item was still there, as well was the copy of the quote as submitted by Mr. Davis, but.
Okay. All right, so we need to handle that one separately then, since it's not
Okay.
written down. But Commissioner, is there anything of the action items that you want to pull and talk about other than number 7 independently? Or are you good with, if not, I would entertain a motion to adopt them on consent.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to pull number 5, please.
All right. Anyone else? All right, so what is the pleasure of the board on items 1 through 4 and number 6?
Make a motion.
All right, we have a motion to approve these on consent by Commissioner Croom,
I second.
second by Commissioner Amison. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Ms. Aaron, please, let's discuss number 5.
Okay. All right, action item number 5 is relative to the Restore SGI Stormwater Project, change order number 2. Unfortunately, the construction of the 3rd retention pond to expand capacity for the SGI Stormwater Project ended up removing a good portion of the landscaping at the Y area where Franklin Boulevard splits. The Y landscaping was part of an FDOT grant project several years ago. The attached $36,627.50 change order number 2 will include replacing and relocating landscaping and irrigation along the perimeter of the pond areas to put back the landscaping and plants. Board action to approve and authorize the chairman to sign the attached change order pending review and approval by the U.S. Treasury's Restore program.
All right. Pleasure of the board.
So moved with a comment.
Okay.
No, the only reason I wanted you to pull that is because I've been watching where people have had a lot to say about this whole project.
Yes.
And I wanted it just read, the narrative read, that way, hopefully,
Yes.
it will answer some questions, because I don't think with this consent agenda, a lot of people are actually going and looking, they're just going
Right.
off what they're hearing, so I wanted to just, that's the reason why I asked to pull it.
Okay, that's fine. So we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Amison,
Second.
second by Commissioner Croom. Any additional discussion, Commissioners? I will say, Ms. Aaron, I do want to ask a question. And I haven't looked at anything to do lately with the actual project scope. As they have done this 3rd retention pond, the first 2, is there going to be any remediation or anything done to those at the same time?
Yes, actually,
Okay.
we just approved change order number 1 at the last meeting, and that
Yes.
would actually, that encompassed actually taking the 2 existing ponds back to their original permitted grade and slopes.
Okay,
So that will also assist with some capacity
Okay.
concerns. Because over the years, of course, as the ponds were mowed, and
Yes.
the debris just kind of sat in the bottom of the ponds, it ended up taking up some of that
Right.
capacity for the ponds.
okay.
And Mr. Chairman, that is how drainage is gonna be improved upon, is they're digging the ponds deeper to allow for more water.
Correct.
Because I was asked that too, thank you.
All right, any additional discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That is unanimous. Ms. Aaron, let's discuss number 7.
Okay. Action item number 7 is the landfill compactor emergency replacement. Landfill Director Davis had reported that the existing transfer station compactor at the landfill has started to fail. Mr. Davis has submitted the attached $77,818.40 quote based upon Sourcewell contract pricing for consideration. Unfortunately, the transfer station will be inoperable for about 3 to 4 weeks during the installation process, but a planned shutdown is more manageable than one caused by a breakdown. There may be some repairs needed to the concrete pad once the existing compactor is removed, but the condition of the pad will not be known until then. Funding for this purchase will come from the landfill tipping fee fund, and my hopes are to pay for the equipment outright, but it may be necessary to secure financing for the project depending on the revenues received by the landfill tipping fee fund, pending the impact of the shutdown. Because we will lose about 3 to 4 weeks of revenues.
Yes, we will. So that's roughly 8 to 10% of our revenue.
Correct.
Yes.
So I may be coming back with a financing proposal for you all.
Yes,
at some point.
yes, yes.
Board action to approve issuance of a purchase order for this.
You'll have to.
Yep, we do.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question. Didn't we just repair the old one?
We tried to.
Or tried to?
We did try. Yeah, unfortunately, it has reached the point where I don't think you can safely repair it anymore.
And what did that cost? So I'm just.
That would be a
curious.
question for FOD. I don't have it
Okay.
up. I didn't-
That's fine. I just didn't know. Maybe with all those numbers, I figured you just plucked them out the file there, but, no, I was just curious.
So with this, coming out of the tipping fund, so that's, what is 778,000, correct?
It was 78,000, I thought, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was it 78 or
yeah,
700?
Yeah, 78,000.
78.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what I thought too.
Oh,
778.
Oh, yeah.
So 78.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd come out of our tipping fund.
Yeah, tipping fee fund, I
Tipping
hope
fee
to be
fund.
able to purchase it outright, but we'll just have to see how.
We will or will not? That was my question.
Hmm?
You said we will be able to purchase?
We will purchase out of the tipping fee fund. My hopes are to do it outright, but if not, we may have to actually finance the purchase out of the tipping fee fund, just depending on how, the impact of the revenues by the end of the fiscal year.
All right, that was my question. With that, Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve this.
Second.
All right. So we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Croom, second by Commissioner Sanders. For discussion, what is the amount we're doing this for?
$77,818.40.
That's the total amount.
That's correct. Now, we're not sure on the concrete pad repairs, but the really solid waste should be able to cover that portion.
Okay. Okay. All right, any additional discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. Anything else, Ms. Aaron?
Actually, Michael just mentioned that action item number 8 may have also said narrative pending on my report. I'm not sure if the version that you all.
They didn't cover 8 as part of the consent. They missed that one, so
Oh,
you need to.
okay, gotcha, okay.
Oh, did I miss it?
Yeah,
I
it's to the very
apologize.
bottom, Commissioner, that's probably why you did.
Okay.
Well,
We need to vote on the last motion before we move to number 8.
And the compactor?
we just voted.
Did we?
They did on the compactor, not on 8.
Yeah. What did I miss?
Sylvester Williams parking area.
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't see that because I didn't think there was nothing there. Sorry.
I'll make a
All right,
motion.
go ahead, Ms. Aaron.
Okay, action item number 8, after consultation with Northwest Florida Water Management District, engineers have determined that the desired parking area paving will require additional stormwater permitting at Sylvester Williams Park. The attached $6,400 proposal from Dewberry Engineers will cover the cost for the additional sub-consultant services for the survey and geotech investigation to satisfy the stormwater requirements. Board action to approve the task order with Dewberry Engineers to be paid by District 3's paving funds.
So move.
All right, we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ward, second by Commissioner Sanders. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Are there any opposed? That is a 5-0 vote. All right, anything else, Ms. Aaron?
Let's see, I do have some board informational items for you all. The Lanark EMS station, the final walkthrough is scheduled for today at 1 o'clock, and appliances will be delivered on Friday of this week. The Restore Countywide Dune Vegetation Project, vendor Earth Balance, planted segments of St. George Island, Alligator Point, and Bald Point. The planting project is now complete. The Apalachicola Health Department siding project, the contractor is working on the final punch list for that project. SGI multi-use path resurfacing 3rd to 3rd to begin within the week after Thanksgiving. The Restore SGI Stormwater Project, in the next 2 weeks, the contractor is anticipated to be working in the area around BJ's Pizza and Mango Mike's on West Pine and First Street. And also we received the permit for the 8th Street West Dune walkover.
Yeah. Good. Good.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Now that we've got it finally ready to open, talking about Lanark EMS, open house, can we schedule it sometime before Christmas?
We could do that. That depends. Do you all want to try to get EMS actually in the space before you have the open house, or do you want to have just an empty? It depends on, you know, what you would like
Well,
to.
that's a good question, because EMS is asking me, because they drive by that every day.
Yeah.
And they're asking me, when can they move in? And I said, you have to check with Aaron. So-
Okay.
The landlord.
The landlord.
I'm passing the buck.
Commissioner Sanders, that was I had a question about that, was when the opening was going to be
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Are we on track?
We
'Cause I haven't
are.
been over there.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
Okay.
And I'll
It
get some
looks
pictures for
really
you all,
good.
actually today at 1 o'clock, to send to you all. And also that's gonna be at the discretion of the board. If you all want them to go ahead and start moving in, you know, that can
Well, Mr. Chairman,
happen
1 o'clock
whenever,
today.
or we
they're
can
supposed to
wait
be
for a.
Getting appliances when, today? Or
Appliances
Friday?
are coming in Friday.
So it sounds like a weekend move-in to me.
Yeah.
When the appliances come
That's what
in.
it sounds, that's what
I
we,
mean-
we got that building for, is to move into.
Okay.
And to operate out of it.
Okay, we'll give them the green light.
And then we can do that open house, you know, the
Okay.
next 2 or 3 weeks, you
Okay,
know.
okay, whenever they
But
get comfortable in there.
They need to go ahead and, order lunch for everybody and have a good breaking in. I'm tickled about it.
Now, Mr. Chairman, I do have a question. The
Yes.
building that we're currently renting, are we okay with, like, quitting? Do we have a lease? Like, can we get out of a lease, or how's that
I
gonna
have
work?
not seen that lease agreement. That's something that was
I'm not
executed
sure.
by the
That's
hospital.
Weems probably
Yeah,
does
that.
yeah,
Okay,
Weems
okay.
would
That's
probably
right.
give you the
Be
question.
worth a look.
That might be worth a look before we pull them out of that
Yeah.
building. We're paying for two, you know,
Yeah.
building. Just my opinion.
So once that's found out, if y'all would, just please update the board so we'll know
Okay.
in an email.
All they gotta do is make one move out there. Those folks out there at Lanark's gonna see it.
Oh, they
And I'm
do.
telling you, they're gonna let you know.
Anything else, Ms. Aaron?
That is it. And as far as do you want me to?
We have to wait till 11 to discuss since.
Yeah, let's just wait.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I want to go ahead and give this to you. Some I received in the mail. I know we received email notice, but this is the actual award letter for the Competitive Florida Partnership Grant
Oh.
we received.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, that's the Retail Strategies Project.
32,930 or something like that.
That's good.
And Michael, here's this one too. Please put this is from Tri-Rivers Waterway. They want us to potentially become a member, part of their organization, join as a member, and I want to put that on the next agenda so we can discuss it. As we work to see some dredging done on the river, so. Anyone else have anything for Ms. Aaron?
I do, Mr. Chairman. And this is really not a question for Aaron. This is more for Aaron to clarify. With this whole, and for the board too, because this has been a long ongoing project with the island stormwater repair. This funding this is all state. Am I-
No, it's
I mean,
actually
or not, I
federal.
mean, is it the Restore?
It's the Restore program.
Yes.
But as far as the timing on the project, I just, you know, this Board of County Commission's been after this way before I ever got here.
5 years.
5 years.
Yep.
And I just wanted to talk about this publicly because a lot of people, there's no right time to do
Yeah.
what's going on.
There's not.
There's not. But I just wish that a lot of people would realize that we do have spring break coming, which is a very busy time. This is the only window.
Yep.
That this is the best window. I don't know if we were in control of that window, if what and all
No.
that, but the reality of it is this is the only window we got before it gets super busy over there. And I just encourage everybody to, be patient. Like I said, there's never a good time to do road construction, in my opinion. But we have to find the weakest time, or I guess weakest, I don't know, the slowest time. And this is our slowest period of time. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that because I know a lot of people's the county commission staff, everybody is kind of catching blows on social platforms and stuff like that about this. But just everybody, please be patient.
Yeah, well, Commissioner,
This
those
is
are,
something that was long time needed.
yeah,
And
so those blows you speak of are people that are not really informed. Because I can tell you, as the commissioner of this district for the last 9 years, what I've repeatedly heard is there's never any investment in our community. Right now, there's almost $6 million worth of investment going on in their community. And yes, it might not all be happening one time, but it's happening.
That's right.
And you know what I mean?
Just so you know,
That's the way it
I'm only
looks.
wanting to say this
Yeah.
publicly because, like you
Yeah.
said, most people don't know. So if we
Yes.
address it now,
Yes.
and hopefully someone's listening or word of
Yeah.
mouth gets out, but, and it was not any
No.
criticism whatsoever.
Yeah.
So don't take it that way. If-
Oh, no, I didn't take it that way.
But I
I'm just clarifying like you are.
Yeah.
Because, so with the stormwater project, we've been working on that for 5, maybe 6 years. From the time the board first said, we're gonna try to pursue this project. There have been multiple delays at the federal level. Of course, COVID caught everything. There have been multiple delays with that. Then there were delays because it was asked from the business owners for us to delay. Knowing, we knew the whole time that DOT sometimes gonna come and do road paving. We don't control their timeline. They just happen to all be happening at the same time, you know, so.
Well,
They're pretty much right on our heels.
Right there.
On the flip side of that
Yes.
is whenever all this is done,
It's
it's
done.
done.
Oh, yeah,
We're not
yeah,
gonna
that'd be
have to
nice.
piecemeal out our everything, so. I just wanted to bring it up that way.
Yep.
Hopefully we can put out a few fires and
Yes.
let everybody know that this commission's been working a very long time to get that done on the island, and it's well needed and
Yes.
everything.
Well, while we're talking about that, I want to go ahead and include, whenever we do address the TDC spending plan, the part of what's in that plan now, because the statute's been changed, is going to allow us to do some of the actual road paving in that district from third to third. So the stormwater plan covers what it covers, but it was not going to repave every street from third to third. But part of that is included in the spending plan update. Whenever we do address that, it's included there. So when we get through, it'll all be done from third to third.
And actually, this is like the very first thing that needs to be done before we even start addressing, doing any
Yes.
resurfacing, so that's
Yes.
another thing.
Yes. Yep.
Mr. Chairman, while we're on the subject, I don't know if the public is aware. I know they see that nice red light going up. I just don't want them to think that it's gonna be in service or in use anytime soon either.
I think January 1st. Yeah. That's what I've been told anyway. Matter of fact, Michael, can you confirm that with DOT?
I think I had Benny check
I-
for the sheriff.
Because that's what I've been told.
I was told that too, and that was Benny and I were on the phone at 6 o'clock last night, I believe.
What day did he tell you?
Yesterday, last night.
No, I'm sorry, what day did he say?
January,
January 1st.
January 1st.
Yeah.
And Mr. Chairman, while we're talking about that light, I'll go on record and say it's been a long time coming.
Yes.
There's another thing getting a lot of negativity about it's turning us into a big city or whatever, but it just, you know, I know it's not my district, but I have trucks in my business that frequent that route, getting to
Yes.
the island, doing things, and that's been an accident waiting to happen for a long time. And now you take into consideration, we've moved our offices over there, it
Yes.
just puts it that much busier at that intersection. That's a very dangerous intersection. And I am happy to see what they're doing.
Not including
A
my
citizen
accident.
standpoint.
Accidents, there's,
what-
on record, there's been multiple
no.
there, for sure. So it's been a long time and much needed.
Oh, I watched the banner back and forth, and it now you got, you know, some people that are against it, and then you got a lot of people that have been here forever, and they're like, y'all don't realize that has been that was much needed in the community. So
Yeah.
anyway, I figured I'd talk about the light. It ain't like Jessica's light by any means, but
No, but it's still drawing
I've gotten
attention.
flack for that, but, you know, that's the thing, Mr. Chairman, is we I know FDOT's gonna do what they want anyway. We do ask for things. Some things they say, well, we can do that, or we'll do that, or we won't.
Right.
I'm all about safety, and that's what we as commissioners want to provide. And,
Yes.
you know, I know a lot of people are upset about that light too, but I feel like if I can save one life, then it's worth it to me, so.
Well, I had a nephew, this has been several years back when he was younger, but I had a nephew that got hit from somebody running through that intersection. He was coming down 98. He survived it, but he could have not survived it. Had it been a half a second sooner, they wouldn't have hit the back of his truck, they'd have hit the door. You know what I mean? So.
He bound him.
Yes. So I'm full of support of that light there, I can assure you.
And another thing, that brings us to another, since we're just talking about FDOT and all this, the culvert replacement on the east end of the county.
Yes.
They're paving, if I'm not mistaken, they're paving from the Apalachicola Bridge all the way to the Carabel Bridge.
That's right.
So they're trying to get these culverts,
Fixed.
they're ahead of the actual paving, because these culverts have to be replaced, repaired. And this, because I had a couple people hem me up at the air show, wanting why tearing the road up down there, it's awful. I said, they're gonna pave it all the way over, they gotta get that infrastructure done first, so just putting that out there in case somebody else is listening and have questions.
I'm glad to see them replacing the culvert and everything, because they really need to be replaced.
In a sense of resurfacing and the culvert collapse and then to go back and.
Cut the road. That makes it so smooth.
Yeah.
No, at least they're doing it, in my opinion, at least they're doing it the right way.
Yeah,
Since we're talking
exactly.
since we're talking about roads and all, I wanna let y'all know, Highway 67 is all the way paved from Carabel to the Liberty County line.
All right.
I'm so tickled about that,
All right.
and it's nice. That last part really got nice and because of the turnouts and stuff. But I mean, I was about ready to pull out somebody's hair because I couldn't get nowhere with them, and I'm still not happy with the slope of the road. But I will do it. I'll get Howard over there to fix it, and he'll fix it.
Well, sounds good. All right, anything else for Ms. Aaron? You didn't know we was gonna handle all that in your report, did you? It's all good. Mr. Brown, we're up to you.
Yes, sir. So my first,
Only.
glasses or no glasses? So Commissioners, my first is first and only action item. FWC's Ms. Manzanelli, her request for a letter of support, that I basically copied and pasted her email to me, well, really to the board for that request. Commissioner, do you know any more, Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry, you know any more about this project since it's over on St. George Island?
No, it's
That's
not
the
on
first
the
time I
island.
heard about it.
It's
actually.
it's on the old causeway.
Bird Island, I call it.
That's a Bird Island?
They're doing stuff to help protect that even more is what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what they need to do.
Do tell.
They need to take something and dig it up. Oh, I'm being serious. They've got, the state has bought a whole island, Little St. George. I had a discussion about 12 or 15 years ago when nobody wanted to claim it.
Yes.
And it does have an adverse effect on spats and all with that current ripping through there.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
And I told them, I said, dig it up. Well, we can't do that. I said, the birds live there. I said, well, y'all bought a whole island for the birds. They got wings. They'll fly over there and nest on Little St. George. But honestly, that's what needs to happen with it. But now it's turned into something much bigger, and that's never going to happen.
It does.
But
Well, to be fair, that does and has, since they originally put in the toll bridge they had years before, that did change the flow of water in and around Cap Point.
It did.
Which historically is one of the better producing oyster bars on this side. And it did affect it, and it does affect it. So, but, it's already there. This is just adding a living shoreline project. I'm in support of that.
I can remember when that project came up, the board at that time, the commissioners at that time wanted that area out.
Yes.
But the people said that, the state agency said that they were gonna leave it there because birds needed a place to roost.
Right.
But, anyway, I voted there the other day, I think it was a week ago Sunday, and I was surprised not to see no birds over there on that time,
They
because
flew.
usually it's flocked to it.
They flew over Little St. George from there. But no, I mean, we're joking around about it, but I will tell you, this goes back when Mr. Bevan was on the, he was the county's representative for the task force at the time, and we had discussion about it, and we had the state departments were there, the county, and, you know, me, I asked the question, well, who's in control of that? County wouldn't. I asked the state, no, we're not. And I said, well, somebody is, because they were putting out some boulders over there right now, they had a barge.
Yeah.
The state said, well, we're doing it. I said, well, that's y'all. No, it's not ours. But, I mean, that was the discussion, what, 15, 16 years ago.
How you
And
gonna
I said,
spend
well,
money on something
and
like
I told them
chairs?
then, just dig it up, because you had Mr. Johnny Richards and
Yeah.
a lot of the older oarsmen was like, you know, talking about how it displaces spats and stuff.
Yep, it does.
I said, here's your opportunity right now, dig it up.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, as long as Attorney Schuler has looked at this letter, I don't have
He
a
hasn't
problem.
yet. I was gonna see if you guys have any tweaks you wanna make, forward it to him with the tweaks and changes, and then we'll get it back to them.
I mean, this is just a letter of support. They may not get the funding. It's just a
Yeah.
support to try to ask and get the funding.
Yeah. Kinda strange is, they want in-house funding, but they need a lot of support for it. Anyway,
No, that's the way that works.
really?
Oh,
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve this contingent on Attorney Schuler's review.
Okay. We do have a motion to approve contingent on the attorney's review by Commissioner Ward,
Second.
second by Commissioner Croom. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous.
Okay, item 2 is the Triumph meeting that's happening in December, just for your information. Item 3, believe it or not, Duke Energy, rate reduction, yay. Especially during the winter when the heaters turn on.
The
'cause it
Christmas
says-
lights.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
And they say it might be a cold winter this year, so we'll see how that works out with the heaters. Let me see, and your upcoming meetings, so this afternoon is your P and Z meeting. There's 2 months' worth of P and Z items on this evening's agenda. Tomorrow, the AOED, they meet here at 9:30. On Thursday, Weems meets in here at 9 a.m. And your December meetings are back to your normal Wednesdays, the 3rd and the 17th at 9 a.m.
Busy.
Couple of things, I will, on my next report, I will have I forgot to put the multiple engineers of record on my report. Oversight, I was hustling yesterday. That'll be on my next report. I will also have, the clerk has submitted her holiday schedule. I will submit hers and the counties in case you guys want to make any changes. The clerk was able to twist the chief judge, no, she didn't. She was able to get a chief judge to agree to give all day for Seafood Festival. I don't know if this board will be interested in doing that for your county employees, and any other changes you might want to make. Know that I read last night that the governor has given the state some additional holidays.
4 days.
Yes, last year, some, not all, of your constitutional officers closed on those state holidays, and I know I got a couple of calls from one or two of you, a couple of you, saying that your constituents were calling you because the courthouse was open, and some of the offices were open, some were closed. So if you'd like me to, I can ask all your constitutionals what are their holiday schedules for. Will they be taking the county and the state days, or just the county days, and get that information back to you so you can relay that to your constituents.
What's this calendar for, just us and the clerk?
Yeah, so we have 2 separate calendars. The clerk has one and we have one.
Okay,
because
so do we need to start getting them to submit a calendar for all the other offices that are in the courthouse?
If you
as
would
well?
like me to do that, I would.
My calendar is for the whole entire courthouse.
House.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
All the offices in the courthouse.
Right.
We close.
Right.
When I close, the whole courthouse closes.
Right, but if you're open, the whole courthouse should be open, is guess my point. If your office is open, everybody else should be open.
That would be a question for the other constitutional.
So we either have a calendar or we don't, or they need to submit a calendar then, I guess.
Yes, that probably would be the
It
best.
doesn't need to just be happen ad hoc, it doesn't need to be a Facebook post, it needs to be a posted calendar.
Okay. And they can put it on their websites like the clerk does and like the county does.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question, Mr. Morone. I did read that, it's supposed to be 2 4-day holidays. I'm assuming Christmas and New Year's. Christmas is falling on a Thursday. Christmas Eve would be Wednesday. Same would correspond with New Year's. Do you have any hard dates on what the state's planning with that? Because that's kind of like midweek.
Yeah, I have to go look at the article, but he's giving them, the county already gets 3 days for, work with me, Aaron. We got 3 days for Christmas.
We got 3 days.
2 days for Thanksgiving.
It depends on how it falls.
Yeah, depending on how it falls.
Yeah.
Discretionary.
Yeah.
So like for next year, I use the discretionary for the Thursday before New Year's. So you have 2 days off next year for New Year's, and then since it falls on the weekend, you have 2 days for Christmas, and the day after Christmas is on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So this might not be received well. What does what the state's doing have anything to do with the county?
Absolutely nothing, to be very honest with you. It's just that what happened last year, because you yourself got some calls.
But you're still not, they're county employees, they're not state employees.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I hear you. But I was trying to avoid the repeat of last year, what, some of the phone calls that you got.
Well, and I'm fine, no, well, what I was trying to clarify was, I'm fine with whatever calendar they want to have, but it needs to be a posted calendar like the clerk is doing, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It don't need to be because somebody else is doing this, we're doing this. It needs to be decided ahead of time.
Okay.
Our calendar and the clerk's calendar is decided on an annual basis. It's published on an annual basis. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And it's always usually been that we follow suit. Everybody follows suit, the same thing, and then there's no concerns there, no problem.
It was. You're correct, Commissioner.
When we was following suit, who was following suit?
Between the
To the
board and the
clerk?
clerk.
Okay.
The board and the clerk.
And all the other constitutional officers.
Usually it's mainly been the clerk and the board.
So are we asking the other Constitution officers to submit their calendar? or their
Yes.
calendar?
So that you guys will
Correct?
know ahead of time
Yes.
to be able to answer any questions in case you get a call from any of your constituents. I may be calling you during the week, and we're going into too much detail for a manual check, Clerk and Aaron. So we're trying to get our SHIP report for the audit and for some other things done, and we found, Linda, our finance director, has found some inconsistencies. We're trying to get those cleared up within the next 2 or 3 days. But what it has done, it has paused payments for contractors that we need to get some checks out. So,
I thought it was.
oh, I'm sorry. So I may be calling you like Monday of next week and say, hey, I need to run a manual check, and we ratify it at the first meeting in December, because I hate to hold the contractors up right up until 2 weeks from today, 2 weeks and a day from today. So I just want to put you in that. And one last thing, I kind of want to thank the sheriff for this. It's totally out of the county realm for the most part. So I was Coach Tyron Wynn for the boys basketball team. They were running short because, things are, everybody's contributing like they used to. And they were running short on basketball shoes for the varsity boys team, and the sheriff paid for those shoes for those boys. I kind of want to just thank him publicly, because I'm the one that kind of reached out to him, and he was, he was really nice about it, and he got it done. So that's good for the boys to be able to, to get those shoes to play. Because I think, Mr. Chairman, season starts next
I think
week.
it's Friday, isn't it? Or next Friday?
I don't think Commissioner Kroom is paying attention.
This Friday.
This Friday.
This Friday, so yes,
25th.
I just want to publicly thank him, because I reached out to him and asked him if he could assist them, and he did. He graciously did, so that's a good thing. And Commissioners, I think that's all I have for you guys.
Mr. Chair, I got a question, Michael.
Sir?
On, with Air Methods, what was the conversation we had, the last one we had on, I guess, the 15th? Are we waiting on them to come back to us as a board, or what?
About
Y'all remember?
being at the airport, or about their
About-
services?
About the services being here, being in the county.
I think that's still.
Do y'all remember?
Mr. Chair, if you remember, I'd mentioned to the gentleman that after the air show that I'd like to, with y'all's blessing, have a discussion
Yes.
with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And
That's what I was getting at. I
Yeah.
want to have that discussion.
And that's what I was
Okay.
discussing Saturday, that, we're motivated to have a discussion.
Yeah.
And with the blessing of y'all, I would love to have that
Yes.
discussion.
Yeah.
Mr.
I'll
Chairman, I've
join
already
you in that
talked
meeting.
with him
Okay.
about it too, so yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. I do have something for Mr. Morone as well, and this is a good segue into Attorney Schuler's report. Our code enforcement, I know that we got rid of our cloud permit software because it wasn't quite working how we wanted it to. I want this to be top priority to get our code enforcement software. Ms. Sissy had a recommendation. I know you said you were looking at other software people. I want this to move forward. I want, we need to, I know we've been in it about a month. I know, it's like I've explained to people, we've got kinks to work out, but we need to get those kinks worked out. And I want to circle back. I don't know, I know she's got a conference in December,
They
we're
moved
coming
it.
to the
They moved
holidays.
They moved the conference.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not in December.
So she'll be here.
All right,
January,
let's try to
February.
get together, maybe you, me, Attorney Schuler, and Angela, for a meeting for all of us to get, because I know we have a policy, but I want to make sure we're all on the same page, because I want code enforcement to be successful and it to work.
Yep.
And for us to do that, we have to give our code enforcement officer and staff the appropriate tools in their toolbox so that it can be.
Yep.
And I want everybody on board with
Yep.
that.
So, a couple of things. I had the same conversation with the chairman afterwards, and he came up with an excellent idea. So, what he's been pushing for, before we move too far ahead, let's clear the open cases we have now.
Right.
And his suggestion to me, well, more of a recommendation was, if I haven't, which I have not done yet, I didn't cancel the code enforcement part of Cloud Permit, only because all our information is still in that software right now. He said, Michael, why don't we use that software, clear all the open cases so we don't have to transfer that information somewhere else? And while we're clearing those, work on a new software that we can concurrently use for when new cases come in.
Yes.
So, I haven't talked to Sissy about that yet, but I talked to Angela, and she thinks it's an excellent idea, because if not, Angela would have to take the time of manually moving information, not like a data migration. She was going to manually move. So if the board doesn't mind, I think it's a great idea. We're going to do that as we look to sit down and work out what I need from you, because you and I had the same, we're looking for the same thing in software. They look for the user side, as in the staff side. You and I look for the public side. So like the one that Sissy sent, they didn't have a public portal built yet. So if they're going to build it out, I would like to be part in telling them, here's what I think the public is looking for. And that's where you and I would have that good input. The chairman sent another one that I guess at the conference you talked to, GoGov, which seems to be a very comprehensive one. Is it too big for us? We don't know yet. I've reached out. I have a call in for Friday with the same company. They call this 311 or 411, which is a tracking system, kind of the same way. We have a call at 11. I got to get with Angela and Sissy and see if they're available to do that. And there was a fourth one. Oh, the people, Citizen Serve. The people that we do for our building permit and zoning, they also would like to show us their code enforcement one. So yes, so there's the four. We want to look at them all and see, again, from our point of view, which one is best for the public, because that's important. But then we need, like Angela and Sissy, to say, from the staff side, this one looks better. So yeah.
I just want us all to work together cohesively. I don't want too many hands in the pot, because that's what happened before, and everything balls got dropped. I don't want that. Sissy, we have her, we're paying her. She, I feel like, can with you guys, but again, I want the continuity continued, and well, I thought you were gonna do it. No, I was gonna do it. Well, you said you were. I don't want that. I want us all to work together. So I'll get some dates for you guys. I don't know what y'all got going on, but maybe we can all sit down together and hash it out.
Hopefully by then we have seen
We'll have
some
some
of the software, and we could tell you, what we've seen, what we like, what we don't like, and we go see what direction we go in there.
Perfect. Sounds good.
So
Thank
Commissioner Ward, are you good with continuing to use Cloud Permit for now?
Yes. So
Until that way we have something going on,
yes.
and we can be doing research on the other ones?
And then finishing up.
But what I won't do, Commissioner, is, and I agree with you 100%, Cloud Permits, public portal was terrible. So can we keep it in-house just for Sissy and Angela to use to
Yeah,
clear
I'm
those
fine with that.
with the magistrate?
'Cause-
And we will continue to use the email for people that request, well, what about this case and what about that case?
Because
And
the
we'll
public
just send
portal
it.
wasn't what we wanted anyway,
It
so the
was
public. My thing is, I just
horrible.
want, if somebody wants a complaint, I know there's a way to do it right now, but again, I want it to where, well, we've discussed it, I'm
Yeah.
rehashing. I want everybody to be able to, like me, John
Yep.
Q. Public, go in, because transparency is everything, see what process, where it is in the process.
Yes.
So as far as software programs go, for what I found, the one I sent Marone, the GoGov, actually they have, and it might be overkill for us, you actually have a phone app that you can look up everything on.
Yeah.
It's completely, so it might be more than what we could ever afford or need, but there are other options though.
But that was also the problem with Cloud Permit. They
Yeah.
promise a phone app, but there is no phone app.
Right,
And I'm
right.
sorry, everybody has a phone.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I don't want to pay for something that we don't have anyway.
That's right.
yeah, so,
I don't want our taxpayers.
And I-
Everybody got a
I
phone.
will say, Commissioner, just so you're aware, well, to make all of us aware, I did try to reach out to Miss Sissy this morning on the way here, and I was not able to get on the phone. I did leave her a message so she would know, this same conversation. I was gonna have that same conversation with her this morning, is what I was saying, that we're having publicly.
so, well, again, one more item, totally. So I got a text a second ago from Tracy Busby. Leanne is calling, wanting to talk to us, and I'm gonna point it towards the commissioner about donation of state land for the firing range. So, let's say a little prayer on the way down. Commissioner Ward's gonna call her on the way down and see exactly what she's talking about, what she's offering. So hopefully by this afternoon or tomorrow morning, we have some really good news about that.
Good. That is
Yes,
good.
that is very good.
Very, very good. Anything else from Mr. Morone?
Yeah, don't get us in trouble, Commissioner.
We're trying to get off on a good foot.
We asked,
I know, don't.
Hey, that is that
Different people.
551,000th time.
Yeah.
We asked that they
There
said
you go.
yes.
yeah, they did.
Different people, different leadership.
Different way you ask, too.
Yes.
It's all about your tact.
It is.
Yeah.
Get me in trouble.
Squeaky wheel eventually.
Yeah.
I am a squeaky wheel.
All right, anything else from Mr. Morone? All right, Attorney Schuler, we're up to you, sir.
Okay, Commissioners, the first action item I have is a request for board authorization for me to conduct due diligence on 3 structures which code enforcement staff has reported to me may constitute a public nuisance, a public safety hazard, and may need to be the subject of a judicial proceeding seeking court assistance, possibly to include either the repairs and renovations of those structures to make them safe and sound, or the demolition of those structures. Before we can make that determination, or I can come back to you and ask you to make that determination, we need facts. So what I'm requesting here today is authorization for me to conduct the due diligence on these 3 structures, which will include consulting with your building official and also retaining an engineer to provide an engineering report on these 3 structures, depending on how the conversation moves forward. But I think we probably will need to do this due diligence before we take any other steps regarding these 3 structures.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
If you have a home that the building official or the office is saying is beyond the 50% repair rule, there's no way they can repair it, do we really have to pay an engineer to be able to do what we're doing?
I don't know what the facts are going to say. I'm going to
Okay.
consult with the building official
Okay.
first.
Okay,
That's my first stop.
okay. I just
Depending on
thought
how
I'd
that
ask.
conversation goes, there may be
Okay.
another stop.
And Mr. Chairman, that was my concern too, is I know our building official doesn't want to take it, the responsibility, and that's fine, that's his license, I completely understand. But I don't want to have to pay an engineer for every time we have a structure that may be in question, pay them to go out and look to say, yeah, all that floor's gone, the trusses are, I can look at something and say, yeah, it's not structurally sound. I just think and I know it's all lawyery, I get it, but it
I'm being
makes
lawyery.
no sense to, I just think it's stupid that we can't have our code enforcement officer go out and say, yeah, I mean, this house, like, for example, 2340 Highway 98, and you go look at that house and say, yeah, there's no way, I mean, that house is, there's nothing left, it's a shell. It's unsafe, it's dangerous. I'd make that determination, so I don't know, there's gotta be a better way, is all I'm saying.
Mr. Chair, if I may, and this may address it, Commissioner Ward, but couldn't we just direct our building official to go out, and if he knows that it's more than 50%, just to cover a liability, say, hey, look, you know, this is, we know what this is, but let's go ahead and get an engineer, that way the county's not liable, he's not liable. He wouldn't have to go to every one, or we wouldn't have to engage with an engineer on every one. I mean, I think he can make that determination to say, hey, let's just engage with this engineer on this, because this is probably 99% chance that this is gonna be a demo, and then that alleviates any liability from our standpoint and our building official. Does that kind of make sense? I mean,
it does.
You know, I mean, I don't want to spend the money, but if, let's just spend it in a smart place. Okay, this is going to be a demo per se, but let's go ahead and have the reassurance that you can fall back on the engineer if you do happen to go to court and say, well, the engineers said this, not our building official.
I need an expert's opinion regarding the condition of the structure. I mean, I appreciate what you're saying, Commissioner Ward, but when you go to court, you can't present evidence in that fashion. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds, but if we do end up in litigation, there must be we have the burden of proof, and we have to prove not beyond a reasonable doubt, but we do have to, with a preponderance of the evidence, provide information to the court so they can conclude whether the structure is or is not something that, for example, that should be demoed, or something that requires a certain amount of repairs to make it safe and sound to abate the public safety hazard. So all I'm suggesting is I need to do the due diligence on these three structures, then I'll come back and report to the board on what those findings are.
And then we can make the decision then.
Then y'all will make the decision whether to move forward, but
I don't have no
both the
problem.
board and myself needs that information.
Well, I don't have no problem you doing due diligence. I mean, I don't have any problem with that. I'm gonna go ahead and make the motion to do it.
I'll second.
All right, so we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Sanders, second by Commissioner Amison. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous.
All right, Commissioners, the second action item on my report is the proposed resolution concerning the reestablishment of navigation on the Apalachicola River. I have provided you with what I refer to as the industry refers to as a red line draft. The red line, when you look at that document, the underlined language, particularly in paragraphs, whereas number 2, whereas number 3, all of those paragraphs are underlined. That is new language that I have added. If you look in the now therefore, there's some underlined language that I've added, as well as at the be it therefore resolved. The last sentence in underlined is new language that I have added. In the right-hand column, you can see the information that I have deleted. The essential thrust of this rewrite of the proposed resolution is that the primary and paramount concern of this board, of course, this is, I'm saying this as a question mark, not a statement, but this is where I perceive that the board is. If I'm wrong, please tell me. That the primary and paramount concern of the board is to reestablish navigation on the Apalachicola River through dredging, that the board's preference is that dredging be placed on an upland and accessible to local government so that the local government can use that dredge spoil as it determines in its own best interest for public purposes, but that the paramount and primary goal is to reestablish navigational dredging on the Apalachicola River. So this is presented to you with that rewrite as I understand the board's position to be, and then to have this discussion. So if there are any corrections or additions for this board to give me those directions, and I will make those corrections and additions to the draft.
All right. Any discussion? I like the way it's rewritten, honestly. I think it reflects what the board has said here in successive meetings.
Thank you, Commissioner.
No problem. Pleasure of the board.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Amison,
Second.
second by Commissioner Croom. Any additional discussion? Ms. Aaron, I do want to ask, we're still holding the check for this group, aren't we?
We can still hold it. I did cut the check, but we don't have to mail it at this point.
No, I'm saying, but it's not been on an approved list to be
It
paid.
is for
yet.
today.
Oh, it is,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, I thought it was.
That's fine. No, you're good, you're good,
Okay,
you're good.
okay. Are we good to mail it, or we still?
That's what I wanted to discuss and make sure the board was aware. They might not even know what we're talking about.
Okay.
So for the Riparian Stakeholder Council, I had asked Ms. Aaron to, because of the discussion of the board, to hold on to that check until we were good with this resolution. Maybe I overstepped, but anyway, that's what I asked her to do. But I wanted to make sure the board was aware that if we are approving this resolution today, we're mailing them the check. So-
Mr. Chairman, I'm fine with that, but I do have a question, though.
Yes.
Wasn't the discussion circled around us having a seat at their table?
Yes.
And, we were cutting them a
Yes.
check, and we were asking what their benefits were to us
Yes.
as a board?
Yes,
I think that still's yet to be addressed.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yep.
I'm one of 5.
Yep.
I
No,
know
I'm good with
that
that.
we had heard nothing out of them.
Yep.
And then they come wanting a resolution, which is fine, that's all great, but I still think that they need to, and I know that they spoke to Commissioner Amison, but I guess that Mr. Jones did email me about the meetings, but I think they have the meetings, they're like every 6 months or whatever. So I'm guessing, I don't know, I think that maybe Mr. Jones, I'll go back and relook at his emails, but I just feel like that we need a little bit more,
So-
information.
in between, Michael, before we mail the check then, can you have a discussion with the Riparian Stakeholder Council and find out, what they're actually doing, if there actually is a council, and what we can do to help facilitate our seat at the table? So if they're having regular meetings, we need to know about it, but if they're not meeting regularly, then what are we helping fund? As a member, I mean, what are we a member of if they're not having regular meetings? Is that fair to ask?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying,
What are we a member of if they're not meeting regular?
we need some more information.
You know what I mean? So,
So you all still want to hold the check at this point?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that.
That's what I perceived the rest of them said. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have spoke up. I perceived that's the way everybody else felt.
He gave me some days, but I don't have times, or this is kind of what we do kind of
Yeah.
deal. So I like a little bit more information.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're paying them that every month, then we need to.
What is the monthly fee?
It's
Or the membership?
yearly. It's yearly.
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 Was 5,000?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Mr. McLennan is there and has raised his hand. Do you want to discuss it now? or
That's
wait?
fine. Yeah, we can discuss it. But now, did we ever, hold on before we do
No, we didn't
that.
vote. I'm
Did we
sorry.
vote on this resolution yet?
Not yet.
I'm
not yet.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We
I
have a
strayed
motion
us
and a
from.
second. My
Yeah,
understanding
we
is a
did.
vote.
I strayed us too. Sorry.
That's all good. Any more discussion on this resolution before we vote amongst the commissioners? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous.
Okay, I'm going to ask Mr.
Yep.
Jim to unmute.
Yes.
There he goes.
Mr. Jim?
Well, thank you very much for passing the resolution. I am happy to answer any question about the RCSC. The organization, during the lawsuit that Governor Scott filed years ago, for about 7 years, we were unable to have any conversations with Georgia. The organization fell into sort of inactivity. It is part of the larger sub-basin caucus of the Apalachicola, Chattahoochee, Flint River system stakeholders. One of my biggest challenges after taking over, I'm a volunteer. This is a labor of love. I don't get paid anything. Your money goes to support the science, to answer the kind of questions that. Can you guys hear me okay? I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
talking
we
to
hear
you.
you just fine, yes.
Okay. The bulk of that, we have to answer a very hard question that is not as hard for Georgia or Alabama, which is how much water do you need? We look at Georgia and Alabama, it's municipal supply, it's industrial supply, it's ag. They can tell you how much they've used, they can tell you how much they're going to need based on population growth, et cetera. And then we turn to Florida. How much water do you need? And it's a much more difficult question when you start talking about how much water the oysters need, how much water does the floodplain need. So a lot of what we've been doing is trying to answer that question through science, because, you know, saying more and all the time, that's why one of the reasons we lost the lawsuit in the Supreme Court. We couldn't answer that question. So Ken Jones, Steve Lightman, folks like that, with our partner organizations and agencies, DEP, the Water Management District, FWC, that constitutes the larger Sub-Basin Caucus. Commissioner Ward, one of the biggest challenges I've had in the year and a half that I've been on this organization is trying to constitute a full board so that we can have meetings. I know that Commissioner Amison and Mr. Morone have been part of those discussions with Ken Jones about trying to get folks on there. I'll tell you that we now have 10 out of our 12 board seats filled, and we do intend in the spring to have our first in-person meeting. What we've been doing instead of that is meeting as part of the larger Sub-Basin Caucus. Those are calls that are held every other week. You are more than welcome to join those calls. I will make sure that you get an invitation. I thought you already were. All I can tell you, the only thing I can really tell you is that I've been there for about a year and a half now, and it's been a learning process in trying to reconstitute the board, get this organization together. If you don't want to be a part of it, that's your decision. I think we speak more loudly and clearly with 6 counties than we do with 1. But again, that's entirely your choice.
Mr. Jim, I don't think we're saying that we don't want to be a part. I think what we're trying to wrap our head around is a couple of things. And it's just our duty to our residents. It's not an absorbent amount of money, but we've been paying membership dues to an organization that in your description has not been meeting or really doing anything now for 7 or 8 years. And we've still been paying membership fees. So, you know, that's a little bit of money to be given to not know what it's doing or what's going on, or, you know, and I do agree that the 6 of us together is a good thing. But the problem is nobody's been talking to the 6 of us.
And I'll take full responsibility for that.
Mine, you know what I mean?
Again, I was asked about a year and a half ago to join the board, and then was immediately asked to be the chairman.
Right.
Again, this is a volunteer gig. I've been trying to make sure we get a full board, make sure we've got the support of the county commissions. I know Ken's had a lot of discussions with Commissioner Amison. There's a lot of stuff that we're doing that sort of overlaps with the restoration work. There's a lot of the science behind that is things that your money has paid for. We've funded Shannon Hartsfield to come to the meetings with the ACFS, the larger ACFS board, so that the oystermen are represented and that Franklin County has a voice there. Again, I haven't communicated all this very well. My commitment to you is that we'll do a much better job.
And that's fine, and we're not trying to put it all on you, Mr. Jim. That's not what we're trying to do.
Mr. Jim, all I can say, Mr. Jim, I appreciate you answering, but the thing is, you said 10 of 12 members, you've had trouble meeting a quorum or what have you, but I don't mind going to meetings. I just don't know when they are.
Mr. Chairman, I think I've just jumped over and went to looking at emails.
Yes.
And in their defense, they do put a lot of information out. I mean, that's all them. But I think where I think I figured out what the problem is. We as a commission had voted for Commissioner Ward to be our representative. And I think where it got muddy is by me being a commissioner and being the chair of the partnership. I think that's where the breakdown's at. And I think that's where they need to address Commissioner Ward instead of addressing me, because they've got Betty Webb, they've got all our partnership contacts on there. And I just looked at every email and you're not on any of them.
Well, I will say
And-
this, Mr. Chairman, if you want to,
No, no.
my thing is this, is I don't mind helping out in any way, but the issue is I don't know how if I don't know about it, then I'm not going to be a part of something. And I think that's the breakdown, and I think that was before, though, all this happened, is when Chairman Jones brought up when our budget discussions were happening, is why are we paying them? Have anybody heard from these folks? And none of us had at that point. Now, I think when he said that, and then, of course, the resolution, I think is how this kind of came back to a head. And I appreciate you
And
bringing
again,
that
they
up
have been communicating.
since then.
Yeah, they have, but I had my partnership goggles on and wasn't really looking at it. And I think they were thinking they were communicating with this board. And I think honestly, that's because like I said, I went back and looked at it and I believe that's where our whole folly is, so to speak. So.
There, let me see if I can explain this a little bit more clearly. There is the Sub-Basin Caucus, the Apalachicola Sub-Basin Caucus, which includes a bunch of different organizations like DEP, Water Management District, et cetera. The RCSC is part of that. Those meetings are held bi-weekly. They are very technical. Again, you're more than welcome to do that. What I've been trying to do is pull RCSC back away from that so that we can have a genuine RCSC only discussion, so that we know what the 6 county commissions want, so that anything I say or do is representative of all 6 county commissions. That we haven't had that has sort of limited what I felt like I was able to do. So my primary mission has been, and Commissioner Ward, I had sent you an email a couple of weeks ago, and I want to make sure you got that. I do have issues sometimes with my email.
Well, we've been having issues with our emails as well, so.
So, I'll say this.
I am very proud and very pleased that you and Mr. Morone have agreed to serve. Again, we're sort of, I'm rebuilding this as we're facing probably the most significant issue that we've had in the last 20 or 30 years, which is this dredging issue.
Yep.
Trying to understand what the Corps is actually proposing, what they're actually saying, and then trying to not let that process go too far down the road without input from our counties has been a challenge.
Mr. Jim, I did get your email on 11/4 about the further information on the resolution. So.
Okay, good. All right. I think all of you have my business cards, all of you have my contact information. I'm happy to answer any questions. We'll pull together an in-person meeting as soon as possible. Commissioner Ward, Mr. Morone, you will certainly be on the invitation list to these calls. We welcome you on there. Again, it's 2 times a month. It's with the full Sub-Basin Caucus right now. But again, this is all, we're trying to build the airplane while we're flying it. So I appreciate your patience, and
thank you, Mr. Jim.
And you can, hold the check until you're confident that we're actually delivering some value to you. I would tell any county that. If you don't think that's the case, then hold the check. Don't send it.
Well, check or no check, the bigger thing at question here, Commissioner Ward, I'll turn to you since you're going to be representing all of us. My whole, and maybe it's unfounded, but my whole reservation in this process has been that if we signed a resolution that we didn't 100% agree with, kind of the same thing Mr. McClellan's saying. They don't agree with some of the wording in the core stuff, so they're trying to ask questions about it. If we signed something we didn't 100% agree with, that wasn't us, then that would have given an organization like the RCSC the ability to go and tell everybody else, well, we got resolutions from all 6 of our counties, this is what they think about it, right? but now we've done a resolution that has the wording that we were comfortable with. So, yeah, they can say that now. See what I'm saying? That's been my reservation the whole time. Because, and that's not thrown off at you at all, Mr. Jim, but that's been the reservation because I've been doing this long enough to know that's just the nature of the way things work. Maybe it's not anything nefarious, anybody trying to do anything wrong, but if all 6 of us would have agreed to the original resolution, it'd have already been said, we got Florida all on the same page, yada, 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 and there are continuing conversations that we still don't know anything about. So that's why I'm trying to make sure we're engaged. That's what this whole discussion has been about. And it's as much us as it is the RCSC, if I'm honest.
Well, again, if there's anything, if you have any questions, Ken or I are more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Again, this is, I hope we can make this organization work. I hope that there's still value in speaking with one voice.
Right.
But
Yes, sir.
that's all I can do in my position is try to clearly communicate, which obviously I have not. So it's on me.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, the past is the past, we'll move forward. I will reach out to Mr. Jones and try to figure out, get a plan of moving forward, how we can have a seat at the table.
Yes. All right. Any more discussion? Mr. Jim's on the line?
No, we're good.
Mr. Jim, thank you very much for being with us today here in this meeting. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
We still need.
I don't know.
Yeah, we do.
I'm sorry.
Where we at procedurally,
We still
sir?
need to vote.
My understanding, I was just conferring with the clerk, is we have a vote approving the resolution, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did vote.
So we're-
Yeah, we voted on the
Okay.
I think he
resolution.
was talking about the check.
Yes.
You were talking about the
Okay.
check.
I got lost, so.
Yeah. We-
I've got the clerk is back.
That's fine.
I'm fully confident in Commissioner Ward and that we're on this situation. So if the rest of the board was, I'm good with sending the check. I don't have a problem with
I'm
that.
good with that, Mr. Chairman. Yep.
Tell Danny, go ahead, it's a green light.
Pull the trigger.
Mr. Chairman, is the board ready for me to proceed?
Yes, please.
Okay, those are the only 2 action items I have on my report. Does the board have any questions for me regarding the information items on my report?
No, I don't. Anyone else have any questions?
Not at this time.
Okay. Before we move on to the public hearing, I did just want to remind the board, as was discussed at the last meeting, that the second hearing on the PUD ordinance will take place on December 2nd at 5 p.m. In this meeting room. If that concludes my report, Mr. Chairman, I'm ready to address the public hearing matter.
Please do.
Okay. It came to my attention yesterday afternoon that the notice of intent and the ordinance for the spending plan is not on file with the clerk's office. I will take my part in the responsibility for that because I was aware that the TDC and Ms. Aaron were working on an update and amendment to the spending plan. I did not reach out to them and go, okay, you got to do this, 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 and this. So that's on me. The good news is it's an easy fix. The fix is I'm requesting that the board table this public hearing to a date, time, and place certain. We'll then correct that procedural issue. We'll get the notice of intent and the draft ordinance on file with the clerk's office. So my recommendation is that the board table this until 11 a.m. on Wednesday, December 17th, which will be your second meeting in the month of December.
Okay. All right. Pleasure of the board.
So move.
Second.
So we have a motion to table by Commissioner Ward. We have a second by Commissioner Croom until, you said the 17th?
11 a.m., December 17th.
December 17th,
in this
11 o'clock.
meeting room at 34 Forbes Street.
All right. Any additional discussion before we vote?
Can't do it on the 3rd?
I mean, or do we just not have time to advertise?
It has to be advertised.
Okay.
Yeah, out of abundance of caution, even though
Okay,
we are
that's fine.
tabling, I'm also going to re-advertise as well, and that can't be done until the second meeting
Okay.
in December. I did speak with Ms. Aaron during the break, because one of the commissioners, actually a couple of commissioners had asked me the question I did not know the answer to, which is, will this tabling until the middle of December cause any problems, delays in the spending plan, any proposed projects? And the answer is no.
Right. All right, any additional discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That's unanimous. All right, any commissioner comments today?
Does
Y'all
everybody?
be careful driving.
We'll try to be.
I just had one, and I want y'all to be thinking about it as well. I had a department head meeting with staff, all department heads, went real well, and they all unanimously would like to have some sort of, I guess, from what I gather, I didn't bring my notes, but some kind of uniform training to bring everyone in together, all department. And from what I gathered is to, I don't know if we need a motivational speaker or something like that, but it's to increase and boost morale is what was given to me.
You got it.
Man. So just be thinking about it. I know I'm gonna pick some other commissioners' head,
Did they
some of the
mention
boards that I'm on,
why the morale's down? Like they got a raise?
Is it down?
I mean,
Yeah, I just don't know if it's.
Just need a little.
Is it down? The morale?
I guess it is. I don't know why, but
Yeah, I don't know.
but that was mentioned in our meeting. I guess every now and then you got to have a training to get you on track.
I don't see.
I mean, I have to do it occasionally, but that's what
Maybe we
was
need
conveyed to
have a company
me.
picnic. Company picnic.
Yeah, the chairman had said something like that too.
We've tried to do that
He wanted me to
before.
do it
Yeah.
on the summer, and we couldn't. But no, I get what Commissioner Kroom is saying. I
Yeah.
think what the issue is, they only see you guys when they come and present the report if they have an action item. I think sometimes.
Me only then.
I do
one-on-one,
go out and
I
see.
mean, as a
Yeah,
group
I mean, say I go out
Yeah.
to the road department. I've gone to Fonda's office. So
Yeah,
you know.
I think they really love, they liked what Commissioner Kroom did, and I think they want something like that, but with the board. Kind of just a,
No, it's not even that. It was with their staff, not the department heads.
with the staff.
The staff,
I
like,
was gonna say I go see
Yeah.
Howard in Virginia all the time.
not them. It's their staff. That's what the concern was.
So they're is it for like us as commissioners? Their morale's down because they don't feel.
No,
They
it wasn't that. Because I was trying to.
Yeah,
listen,
feeling out like.
it's
'cause
like.
we got to find a root to the problem to fix the
I
problem.
don't
Right.
think the morale's
Yeah.
down though. I think it's a different thing. They want the interaction between the
amongst departments and like float ideas and stuff like that.
okay.
But they wanted amongst the workers. Bring everybody together and a couple department heads
Oh, yeah.
us be there, maybe a couple of us or something like that. as
Okay.
well.
We do appreciate all of our county employees. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
emphasize that enough.
Oh yeah, but the thing about it is, I like the idea of a company picnic
Yeah,
myself.
that never hurts.
To get
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
together
get
and
a-
everything. But I think what
Have
it
some
is,
jump
they feel,
houses.
sometimes they may feel like we do. Sometimes they may feel disenfranchised.
That's
And
That or
a good word.
underappreciated,
That would-
you know.
Yeah, and with just going around and working around with each other. And you know what? One thing that we could do would be to implement a county employee of the month or something like that if we go into it. I'm like Commissioner Kroom says, let's think about it and see what we can come up with.
Well, I also would like to see us, and we've talked about this before, I don't know when the best time of the year is, so we'd have to have some discussion on that. I'd like to see us start doing a countywide picnic for employees and get everybody together, every department, every constitutional, whoever, whatever. They're county employees, they're invited. I know that's a lot to do, but I think once a year, that would be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
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 Because we give them all the trucks they need, we give them all the equipment they need, but are we really giving them everything that they need? You know,
Maybe
because
we
we
have a
are a family.
Conversation with Market Evergreen
And
and see
this is
what
one-
other.
And it took me a minute to try to understand, like comprehend what
too,
they
maybe.
were saying, like, what
There may
exactly
also
we
be a
looking for
policy
here.
component that
You know
maybe
what I mean?
Trevor
That's what I got.
assist with, you know, because we've had Lucy
And it's
come
easy to
before and
become
actually go over
disconnected.
like the
Yeah.
approval
You know, not that we're
handbook and stuff. Like,
disconnected,
it's been
but-
years since.
But they
we
wasn't
did
here,
it.
they wasn't
that's about
saying it
the
towards the
handbook.
board.
More
though.
about-
It was like,
okay.
it was something amongst
Yeah.
us included, but everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking, like, are y'all talking about us or me or us? No, it wasn't
Yeah,
that.
and I don't think they would be doing that because they know we have to observe the sunshine law.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
so,
and everything.
yeah, because without being at your meeting, Commissioner,
Yeah.
it's one thing to have, we have this overarching organization,
It'll be like, you can come.
the county employees.
Yeah.
Then we have different departments. But those departments, a couple of them see each other all the time because they're close to each other.
Yeah.
But the other ones hardly ever see anybody. I mean, like EOC, unless they're having something going on, they're doing what they're doing, they ain't nobody interacting with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
So
library.
it's like having one overarching company, but you're running 10 companies underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting all those 10 together so they feel like they're still part of the whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
So
got you. I got you.
That's,
What you're saying is Jennifer and them's the stepchildren.
no, that was just, you ain't gonna put words in my mouth. I've been married too long for that.
Then, like, one of the directors amongst our conversation, they was talking about evaluations, and one of the directors said, "Well, I do self-evaluations," and the other was like, "What is that?" You know, and letting some of them self-evaluate themselves because someone may think they are doing a fantastic job, but they really, you know, when they self-evaluate themselves, they're not doing what they think they are.
Yeah.
You know. So,
That's a smart idea.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
Okay.
That's pretty
but
cool.
there was a lot of bouncing ideas around, and that's what I wanted. I wanted collaboration to get the department heads together and get information. That's some of the information I got.
Any other commissioner comments?
We'll get them exotic car people to come and just let them,
Ooh,
let
drive,
this county employee just take a
drive that
ride down the
Porsche right
road.
down that runway, 150 miles per hour. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so
152 miles an hour, can you believe that?
Y'all drive safely for the ones going down South Beach.
and our next meeting's
She's
on
gonna
the
be
3rd.
driving.
Our next meeting's on the 3rd, correct?
December, yeah. That's what
Well,
I heard.
regular meeting.
Yes.
We have a public hearing on the 2nd.
Yeah, the night before is a
Yes.
public hearing, and then that morning we meet.
Commissioners comment?
Yes.
I want to wish all my fellow commissioners, staff, everybody out in Franklin County a very blessed and thankful Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, that's
That's
right.
next week.
That's
That's
right,
right,
we'll
it
be
is.
here.
Lost with that,
Time
too.
flies when you're
Happy
having
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, happy
I'll be
Thanksgiving.
working.
All right, anyone else? Meeting adjourned.